Today is a nice sunny day. It's warming up a little bit and it's a perfect time for painting and finishing up the interior and trying to get as much of the exterior stuff done on the barn. So stay tuned. Hello folks, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host Jerry Hansen. I'm continuing my Building the Barn series, and hopefully this will be the second to the last episode of this barn build. I'll just make it 2 more episodes. I'll get it as much done as I can on this episode, and then we'll finish everything up with a final tour on the final episode. So let's get my material unloaded, get it loaded up here in the barn, and get ready to finish the interior and the exterior up. Okay, what I've got is my quarter rounds that I'm going to paint, and we're going to put them in the corners here, along here, and up around here, all the way around, and then across the ceiling. We're going to tighten up all these gaps. And of course down here along the floor we've got a mop board to be able to put down here. We're going to paint it, tack it in place, and seal it with a silicone sealant so I can come in here with a garden hose and rinse things off and it won't seep in underneath the things. There's pre-mixed paint that I'm using. This is a Valspar barn and fence paint, and I just call it Classic Red. It's already pre-mixed and I got it from my local hardware store because it was available. It comes in both latex and oil base, and I got the latex base. The other paint I got was for the accent trim, and it comes in Hunter Green. Again, it's already pre-mixed. This is a Rust-Oleum oil-based, and this primarily will be going on the handrail on the front of the deck of the barn. I had already painted this with an undercoat of the Classic Barn Red. So we're just going to overcoat it with this oil-based, and this will be the rail for this porch. Okay, it's time to get the floor trim painted. Now the front rail's painted, I'm going to paint the floor trim. I have an audience. What you doing, Aunt B? The floor trim's painted now. I'm going to turn my attention on these quarter rounds and get those painted. I chose the barn red to trim out the inside of the barn because I was matching the different colors with the available trim I have, or the available paint I have. And I decided with this because I personally thought it looked a little bit more attractive with the barn. I mean, it's just a barn, but you know, I'm still me and I'm eccentric, so that's the way it's going to be. Hey, I'm going to show you a trick that I figured out on carrying a 5/8 inch sheet or 3/4 inch sheet of plywood. It's pretty heavy, and carrying it by myself to the barn, I took this strap, hooked it on the bottom, put it over my shoulder, got low, pick up, and carry it. Okay, at this point I'm getting ready to trim my plywood to go in the loft. So let's get that done. Now it's time to get up there and screw it down. Okay. Okay, the loft boards are in, and now I gotta do the trim up here. Yeah, I gotta put that quarter rounds to trim this out. So I got most of the trim on. And I have the loft finished. And I have the boards painted for my front railings. We just have to wait for this paint to dry. Please stay tuned for the next installment where we'll be actually finishing out the trim and building the stalls and hopefully getting my ship's ladder built, and that will complete the interior of the barn, and then we'll go ahead and assemble the railings, and that will complete the whole barn in its entirety. Hopefully one more episode, so stay tuned for that. These guys are getting closer to their new home. I got one more day. Hopefully I'll get it done and they'll be able to move into the barn tomorrow night. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen at Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I want to thank you guys for joining me in this episode of the Homestead Building Project series and building the new barn. Stay tuned for more videos. You can do that by subscribing, giving me a comment, leaving or giving me a thumbs up, and also sharing the videos helps out greatly. Just a hint, my next building projects is going to be the shelter for the pigs, and I hope to get that done real soon. Catch our show on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Reddit, Google+, and Blogger. We'll see you guys in more videos. Bye-bye.